This is the vision of Powerhouse. Our job is to develop relationships. Let me stop right there. Developing relationships means that I learn how to deal with people who's not even just like me. Maybe you don't vote like me. Maybe you don't live in the same community as me, but I know how to develop relationships with anybody. Even if your attitude is not the same as mine, even if your zodiac sign is not the same as mine, even if you don't think the way that I think, I learn how to develop relationships with everybody. The next thing we do, influencing visionaries. I learned how to bring the best out of people, not just in the recruiting aspect, but I also bring the best out of my clients. I influence visionaries and helping them understand why our policy is important, helping them understand why their family is important, helping them understand why insurance is important, why they need to have more insurance, even if they have 5 policies. Man, that is amazing. Let me get you number 6, because the more insurance you leave, the wealthier you leave your family. And then the last part, empowering neighborhoods. My job is to empower the people that surround me, that they have an understanding of what can make their life better. That my friends and family don't have to use GoFundMes. My friends and family does not have to stay in the projects. My friends and family, the people that are around me, that we can change our neighborhood to be a better situation. So that's the vision of Powerhouse. Developing relationships, influencing visionaries, and empowering neighborhoods. That's what you should be doing every day, ladies and gentlemen. How do I develop them? I got to get closer to people. It amazes me when I talk to some of y'all that I say, who's your workout partner? And you don't have anybody. How are you going to build a big business if you can't have relationships with people? I want y'all to really think about it. Yeah, I don't like to talk to people. I like to stay to myself. But how you going to build a big business? How you going to even sell to people if you don't like to talk to people? It's changing your mindset and the verbiage that come out of your mouth. We got to influence people. We got to get people the best out of them. Miss Jones is calling in because she does not have understanding. It's your job to give Miss Jones understanding. Mr. Jones gonna get on the phone because he's doing it because his wife told him to do it. So Mr. Jones gonna say, yeah. I just called in, man. I just want some information. Do you go to the grocery store because you don't want no food? Let me just go walk around Walmart because I ain't got nothing better to do. You go to Walmart because you want something, right? You go to the car lot because you're thinking about buying a car. You just don't go places just to say I'm going. Am I right? Do y'all, everybody understanding me? You do things because that's what you desire. They picked the phone up and called because they wanted some information. Here's the words I want you to understand. People don't like to be sold. What do people buy on, ladies and gentlemen? What do people buy on?
Their emotions.
Emotions. So are you touching their emotions, or are you just giving them a bunch of facts? I want y'all to think about it. People buy on emotions. So what are we doing to get them the emotions they need to purchase this product? And I remember a good friend of mine, well, not a good, a colleague of mine used to say, you need to put them in the grave. I'm sorry, we're talking about insurance. What's gonna make me buy insurance? That I start to think about death, that I don't have it. Think about it. If somebody in your family passed yesterday and you start thinking, man, I don't have no insurance, what my kids gonna do? That's when you're gonna pick the phone up and call. So they're doing the same exact thing. So we want different, but what are we doing different? What are we doing different? Because the difference is, why not show up every day, come in here with a mindset that I'm prepared to win, but I'm also prepared to outwork you. I'm prepared to outwork everybody on this screen. And you know why? Because if they're giving me a class on how to do the script, how the script is designed, I'm going to that class every day I can. If I'm struggling on making sales, I'm going to the rebuttal class every day that is off because I'm going to ask every rebuttal that I'm dealing with. I assure you, from here on out, I need you to write down every rebuttal that you come across. And when you get the rebuttal, come to the class at night and ask the question on what's going on with the rebuttal. So once you have all of that, it becomes easy to you, right or wrong. That's where most of y'all struggles are coming from. You're not putting in the work it takes to get to the next level. See, some people are talented. The talented people are going to do what they have to do. You follow me? They're gonna do what they have to do. It's just natural. It happens to them naturally. But here's the truth about even talented people. Sometimes when your talent is so great, you think it's easy and you don't perform at the highest level. What needs to happen from here on out is am I outworking my old self? Ladies and gentlemen, hear me clearly. This business in the next 3 to 5 years can change your family history. You're building this for your last name. See, you don't have, I love it. You don't have to do the old plan that your grandparents did or your mom and dad did, where you got to work 20 and 30 years to retire from a building and you don't even get watches no more. They give you a pen and a dinner. And you done gave that company 30 years. But here's the truth about the generation of today. Most of you have already changed jobs 5 or 6 times and you ain't even hit 30. The days of somebody working on the same job forever are done. They're done. So if you don't change something, nothing's going to change. Get engaged. And I want you to see this vision, then I'm done. I'll let whoever wants to speak. You run $1 million business. You have to keep telling yourself, I run $1 million business. I run $1 million business. I run $1 million business. So if my employees did not show up today, how will my business run? If I'm the owner of $1 million business and I don't get in here and make sure that my employees are trained, how much money would I make today? Well, right now it's just me. But if I have a vision of $1 million business, don't you think that I would need to know everything I need to know so I can train the people that's coming behind me? Also, if I plan on building $1 million business, remember this, and this is a fact. The first couple of things that the people that I bring into this are going to ask, what have you done in the business? And I'm just being honest with you. If you haven't done anything, what are they going to believe in? If you have no accolades to show them, you can't even show them you made your first check. How are you going to tell them that it works? Because most of you have not learned how to do third-party recruiting, where you sell the story of somebody else, where you sell the story of the person besides you. So if you think like $1 million business, stop thinking like who the person you are. You cannot think about where your life is at right now. You have to think about the person a year from now. You have to see yourself as that $1 million earner, that $1 million person. How would they get up every morning? Would they wake up with the expectation of winning? Would they end the day every day going over what their day looked like? Would they make sure they was in training? Great. Okay. If you just spent, I need everybody go here with me. If you just spent $400,000 to open up a Chick-fil-A, listen to me. If you just spent $400,000 to open up a Chick-fil-A and they said that there was a training in Los Angeles, California next week so you can get better at your Chick-fil-A and you needed to be there, it's a week-long training, how many of y'all will make a way to get out there and you just spent $400,000? See the difference in your mindset when you think that way? See, the problem is the cost of entry is so low to get into this that you don't see the possibilities. And I can assure you, a lot of us make more than the Chick-fil-A owner. And the cost of entry is low. You just have not changed your mindset to see yourself as that person. I'm telling you. Always keep that analogy in your mind. If I spent $400,000, how would I wake up every day? How would I show up every day? What trainings would I do to make sure that my Chick-fil-A has a circle around the building like everybody else Chick-fil-A does? And that's the mindset I wake up with, that I refuse to lose. I refuse to be the least. Do I have character building days? Absolutely. But the thing is, I will not get an F in my business 2 days in a row. If I got an F on Monday, I would get an A or B on Tuesday. The word balance, there's no such thing as balance. My daughter asked me, ain't no such thing as balance. Just don't get an F in both categories every day. So if family, you got an F on Monday, don't get an F on Tuesday. Just make sure you're doing what you have to do, because you are multimillionaires, every last one of you. The check is already written out. It's just, are you gonna go get it?